Alright, so you got Python installed and you are raring to go, ready to write some code of your own. I'm going to show you the environment that this set of videos is going to use to write code in. And we are going to be making use of idle, which is the Python pre-installed GUI or graphical user interface. Now people are divided in general about what's appropriate or what's good habit or what a real programmer does in terms of using a GUI or an IDE or just a text editor in the console. And I'll tell you, I don't have a lot to say about that other than, number one, I'm not a real programmer. I'm not trying to make real programmers. I'm just trying to show some folks some things and learn a little here as we go. And two, this particular GUI is pretty convenient for the purposes of the video because, as we'll see, I can have both the code I'm working on and its execution environment available on my screen real estate all at once in a pretty intuitive and intelligible way. So let's take a look at what we've got here in idle. And when you open it up, you're going to get the shell, which is quite simply an interactive interface where you can type code in and get results out. Nothing too phenomenal here. Nothing too wild, and nothing too terribly useful for our purposes. It becomes more useful when you accompany it with the text editor that's built in. So I'm going to pop open a new window here. Then I'm going to mash Windows key left while I've got that highlighted. I'm going to go ahead and select the other one, mash Windows key right, and look at it. It's taken up all my screen real estate, and I've got both environments to work in. So over here on the left half of my screen now, I've got an untitled file here, and I can start typing text in there. Simple first program type material, and you'll notice that as I go it's giving me syntax highlighting. So prints a command word. We've got hello world in green because it's a string. That's a nice feature that this GUI provides for you, and we can do things like save this file. Go ahead and just toss it on the desktop for now. Make sure to specify when you're saving files that they are Python files, so just go ahead and tack a .py into the end of it. That way your system will know what to do with it. And once your file is saved, there's one real important command that we're going to use an awful lot here, and that's if you mash F5, it will run. So it takes the contents of this file, it launches it over to the shell, and we'll see it prints. Hello world, nothing too complicated there. So you can save files, you can author files, you can run files. The one other important thing to know how to do from within this interface, at least initially, is to open files. There are going to be times throughout these videos where I provide you with a script to look at, and you're going to need to pop it open in here. So let's look at the Python script from last episode. We can see it pops open in a fresh window here, and I can use that Windows hotkey to anchor it to the left side of my screen, snap to the left side of my screen, that is. We can see just some basic stuff here, nothing too complicated. If I hit F5, it'll go ahead and start executing that code we saw in the console until it's done. So that's a very simple, basic look at the Python GUI. Gives you just the things you need to know to follow along in the videos. Hopefully nothing I do from here on out will be confusing in terms of the GUI. If you are a curious soul that likes to explore, you can certainly take a look at some of your options in configuring idle and read through the help menu, do what you want to do, man. But that's it. That's the basics. So again, this is Ed for mybringback.com. Appreciate you taking some time, watch the videos, learn it a little bit for yourself. As we crank through here, we'll start building on the base we built. I want you to follow us on YouTube. Stick with us, man. We're going to give you the info you need to learn Python.